England. The year is 1605. King James I sits on the throne, but beneath the surface of royal power lies deep religious division. Protestants dominate government and society, while Catholics face harsh restrictions. They are fined for not attending Protestant services, barred from holding office, and treated with suspicion. To many English Catholics, James was a bitter disappointment. They had hoped he would ease the persecution they had endured under Queen Elizabeth I. Instead, James upheld the laws, pushing Catholics further into desperation. This tension would soon erupt into one of the most infamous conspiracies in British history, the Gunpowder Plot. The conspirators. The plot began with a man named Robert Catesby, charismatic and determined. He believed only drastic action could change the fate of English Catholics. Catesby hatched a bold, almost unthinkable plan to assassinate the king and much of Parliament in a single, devastating explosion. Catesby recruited a small group of trusted allies: Thomas Percy, Thomas Winter, John Wright, and later more men willing to risk everything. Among them was a soldier who would become the most famous name tied to the plot: Guy Fawkes. Fawkes was a hardened fighter, skilled with explosives from years of military service in the Catholic armies of Spain. His expertise would prove essential. The plan. The conspirators' plan was as daring as it was deadly. They would place barrels of gunpowder beneath the House of the Lords on the day of Parliament's state opening, with King James, the royal family, and leading officials all gathered inside. They would ignite the fuse, obliterating England's leadership in one fiery moment. In the chaos that followed, they hoped Catholic uprisings across the country would overthrow Protestant rule and restore Catholicism to power. To carry out their scheme, the conspirators rented a cellar directly beneath Parliament. Over the months, they secretly smuggled in 36 barrels of gunpowder, enough to reduce the entire building to rubble. The stage was set, but the closer they came to their goal, the more fragile their conspiracy became. The letter. On October 26, 1605, just days before the planned attack, an anonymous letter reached Lord Monteagle, a Catholic nobleman. The warning was clear: they shall receive a terrible blow this Parliament, and yet they shall not see who hurts them. Unsure what to make of it, Monteagle passed the letter to the authorities. At first, King James was skeptical, but suspicion grew. Could this be a warning of a Catholic plot? The search began. Discovery of Guy Fawkes. On the night of November 4th, 1605, the eve of Parliament's opening, guards swept through the Palace of Westminster. In the cellar, beneath the House of Lords, they found a man standing watch over a suspicious stack of firewood. His name was Guy Fawkes. Hidden among the wood were the barrels of gunpowder. The plot was exposed. Fawkes was arrested, and despite days of brutal interrogation and torture, he refused to betray his fellow conspirators. When asked why he had so much gunpowder, his chilling response was simple: to blow you Scotch beggars back to your native mountains. Eventually, the truth unraveled. Catesby and many others fled London, but were pursued by the king's men. In a final shootout at Holbeach House, Catesby was killed, still clutching a picture of the Virgin Mary. The aftermath. The failed gunpowder plot shocked England. The surviving conspirators were put on trial for high treason. Their executions were brutal. Drawn, hanged, and quartered, their bodies displayed as a warning. King James used the discovery to justify even harsher laws against Catholics. Far from sparking a rebellion, the plot deepened mistrust and widened the divide between faiths. But the story did not fade. Instead, it became legend. Remember. Every year on November 5th, the people of England lit bonfires to celebrate the king's survival. Effigies of Guy Fawkes were burned, fireworks lit the sky, and bonfire night became tradition. Today, more than 400 years later, the phrase still echoes. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot. What began as a desperate conspiracy ended as a national ritual, forever reminding England of the night one spark could have changed everything. If you enjoyed this look into history, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more stories from the past, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And tell me in the comments, do you think the conspirators ever had a real chance of success, or was it doomed from the start? Thanks for watching, and remember, history is never as far away as it seems.